Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, the second Demon Slayer movie and the first in the what I believe is the end trilogy of the complete anime. I could be wrong. I was trying to do research. I know nothing about the manga at all. And I watched season 1 6 years ago when it came out and didn't know it had a season 2 like until earlier this year, I think. So everything about this show I have regathered completely. I rewatched season 1, watched Mugen Train, then the entertainment arc after that, and then the season 3 and 4 after that. And I was pretty excited for Infinity Castle. I think Demon Slayer is one of the better modern shonens, and I'm now going to get back into anime again after taking a bit of hiatus from it, and especially after that Chainsaw Man trailer. I've never seen Chainsaw Man. I remember trying to read the manga when it came out, and then I just never got to it. And now there's a whole fucking movie coming out for it, and you got that cool trailer before Demon Slayer. Yeah, that's awesome. By the way, did I put the correct background this time? I did. Um, yeah, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle seems to do uh has a lot of the problems that I think the anime had, but it just takes it to a whole new level. I think in anime form, a lot of things that this movie does bad, it kind of works out just because it's episodic. You're 30 minutes, you take a break, 30 minutes, or, it's actually more like 19 minutes per episode. 19 minutes, take a break, 19 minutes. But with movies, you try not to kill the momentum, especially a movie that's supposed to be a bit more action based. And I mean, it's a final fight, it is the end game of Demon Slayer. So why are we killing the momentum every chance we get in this movie? It seems to be a bad complaint towards the community that there are way too many flashbacks in this movie. Just because the Demon Slayer show does flashbacks doesn't mean it's good in a fucking 2.5 hour movie. It is genuinely unbearable and it kills any momentum this movie gets by flashback after flashback after flashback. And then there's a 40-minute fucking flashback about a character they're trying to make us care about. And honestly, I didn't give a shit when he died. I didn't give a shit. The whole flashback happened, then he finally died, and I was like, good riddance. Like, holy fuck. Like, they shouldn't have took, what, 50 minutes just to kill this guy because of a flashback? It's unbearable. I thought there was a fight earlier in the movie that does the flashback perfectly. You have the two apprentices fighting each other, and before the fight even begins is when the flashback happens. So even though it does kill the movie's momentum and the pacing a lot, at least we don't get it in the middle of the fucking fight. I think we get it right before the fight ends, when he dies. But other than that, I thought those flashbacks were kind of fine, even though I still thought it killed the momentum of the movie. I didn't mind them. Just the last 40, 50 minutes of the movie being a giant flashback is really fucking obnoxious. I mean, I'm gonna say now, most people who are watching anime movies, especially in the US, probably have seen the anime. So what I think they should have done, especially with the character they introduced earlier in the show, maybe show us flashbacks before we get to the final fucking movie. I know this is probably what the manga did, and whatever. I don't care. A movie is completely different from a manga, and a movie is completely different from a TV show. We shouldn't be doing this momentum killing in a movie. It's just so upsetting. I will say though, this movie is fun when it is action packed. You can't really go wrong with Demon Slayer action. UFO Table proves to be an amazing animation studio again. Uh, this movie is taking place in a castle that's infinite, and it's basically all the same. But every time there's a new scene switch or a location switch, you feel like you're in a completely different area, which is pretty hard to fucking do in a in an environment like this. But UFO Table does a brilliant job at that, and obviously, whatever resource they had, or the source material they were working with probably helped with that too. But to do it in animation is really difficult with putting it in color and everything and making everything feel different every time you switch different characters. Lovely. This whole movie looks amazing. You can't really have a problem with Demon Slayer visually. It's one of the most visually appealing animes recently. It's usually have a problem with 3D and 2D combining with each other. I think this movie does it pretty damn well. I enjoyed it a lot. Just the flashbacks, man. The flashbacks really killed me. I don't care if it happened in the TV show. You're a Demon Slayer fan. You should be fine with it. I'm not fine with it. It's fucking annoying. It's killing momentum. It's awful. It really is awful. And the fact it takes up a third of the movie, or maybe even more, to be honest, it's really brutal. Hopefully, with part two and three, it's really not as bad as this because I was really trying hard to like this movie, but just so boring. So boring. I think this is the first anime movie I've ever been to where people aren't like cheering or freaking out. Maybe that's just like culture shift, but I don't know. I've seen Dragon Ball movies in theaters. People were hyped. I saw One Piece movies in theaters. People are hyped. I saw one Naruto movie in theaters. People were hyped. And this one, pretty calm, pretty relaxed. I know I'm seeing this a week after release, so maybe the super mega fans aren't there, but it was a packed theater. I didn't hear a single fuck. I heard more coughing than like cheering or clapping or anything. And I know I usually don't like that stuff, but it was just weird, weird shit for an anime movie. I'm not sure. Um, don't really know what else to say about this. So I'm just gonna jump right into the review. I'm giving this a rating. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. It probably, if you took all the flashback shit out, or even placed the flashbacks different parts, this might be like an 8 out of 10. I think a lot of this is fun. It's very pretty. It just, when one third of your movie is just so boring and it feels obnoxious, it just ruins it. I really don't want to re-see this. I don't want to rewatch this. I think Demon Slayer is 0 for not 0 for 2 in movies, but I think these movies could have been way better than what they actually are. This and Mugen Train. I think this could have just been another season in the anime, and if need be, maybe make Infinity Castle Part 2 and 3 into movies and this an anime season, because this really did just feel like another Demon Slayer season. I mean, even the cuts, you get a blackout, and it's like, oh, that's exactly where the TV show would have ended too if this was an episode. And then boom, right into the next scene, which feels like exactly where the next episode would have led into. So, I don't know. Demon Slayer Infinity Train is not bad. I just didn't enjoy it because of the flashbacks, to be honest. I am excited for part two and three, and it did get me excited for Chainsaw Man movie, which I will be watching immediately after this review goes up. The anime, not the movie, of course. So there's that at least.